Okay, there it goes. Hi guys, welcome back to the Cake Lady podcast. Today I am sitting down with To Breathe again. I don't know when I'm posting this. I have 3 interviews today, so I don't know if I'm going to post them all at once or stagger them. But yeah, I'm sitting down with To Breathe again to talk about their recent release, The Final Muse. Um, yeah, go follow them on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, all the socials. And go follow me too. It would be amazing if you did. I'll love you forever, just so you know. I don't have much to offer besides that. Um, ooh, it's been a long day. Sorry, guys. I'm like looking at myself in the camera and I'm like, why does my face look like that? I think we've all had that happen though, so I'm not gonna be self-conscious about it. Maybe. Okay, so To Breathe Again is a 4 piece um metal, alternative metal band from Indiana. I haven't seen them live yet. I actually go to Indiana a lot for shows, so I'm actually surprised about that. Yeah. They're gonna be on here. Oh my God. They're gonna be on here in a few minutes, so I'm just waiting. Ah, speak the devil. JK. Sorry, I'm messaging them too. So I don't know how fast I'm moving, but it makes me look blurry. I'm gonna get a better camera, hopefully, at some point that I could just like hook up to this, maybe from my end at least. So I look better because everyone else looks so good when they come on here. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. That song's stuck in my head. Recording. Ah, I'm having fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. I was thinking about pausing it like in between, but I mean, they're going to be here in like a minute or two. So, what really is the benefit? Plus, I don't know if I could just like, hey, record again or not. So, I'm so used to doing this on my phone. I mean, as you can see, I've definitely stepped it up. I've got a mic, I've got my headphones. Um, I'm figuring out how to go live on Facebook and Twitch. I don't have enough followers on TikTok to do that. So go follow me on TikTok. And okay, that looks better. I was like, why am I so far away? Yeah, go follow me on TikTok so I can go live on TikTok. Until then, Facebook and Twitch, I'm going to figure out those lives so I can just go live during interviews and I guess for song reactions. I don't know what else to go live for. And I'm having a Twitch streamer help me out with that actually, so I'm happy about that. I was gonna say something else. I forgot. Yeah, I just got a new computer, so I'm figuring out how to do this. And I'm trying to get this app to download, but it will not download. So shout out to Rob for the computer though. I love him. He's from my Atlanta's Burning interview. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. And I mean, they're all just such sweet humans. So I'm gonna figure out how to edit on this tonight too. It's gonna be so fun. I'm glad I have the mic though, at least. So now my audio doesn't sound, terrible. That song's stuck in my head. JK. I don't know. Oh my God. Hello?
Join. There we
Can you hear
go.
me?
Yeah, there we are. Can you hear us?
Yes. I
Okay,
can
cool.
see
All
you
right.
too. That's always good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to get it to use our proper mic on Zoom, but it wasn't
Oh no, it
seeing it.
froze.
So
Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
It froze for a sec. Oh my god. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm tired, actually. I just took a 3-hour nap, but I'm still tired.
definitely feel that all I ever do is nap.
It's true. That's true.
Oh, I feel like that some days. Some days I just feel like I'm working too much. Other days I'm like, man, I sleep too much.
Right.
You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Austin. I'm the singer and guitarist, or well, rhythm guitarist for To Breathe Again.
And I'm Scotty, the lead guitarist for To Breathe Again.
Awesome. Where's the rest of them?
They are at work.
They're not allowed to be on interviews.
That too. It gets it gets weird. Real
my gosh.
fast. We do a studio cat though.
Aww. A little void. I love that.
She's not actually a void. She's just a tabby. It's just the lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Are you
tabbies.
void though? Yeah, I like cats. Cats are
Yeah,
just great.
it was running late earlier because I was like doing an interview, and then I was like, wait, I tested my audio. I have no idea if it's recording on your side though. So that was fun. I was like panicking for a sec there because we were like halfway done, and I was like, oh no.
We might not
Right.
have gotten anything. Yikes.
We heard the recording in progress as we joined, so you should be good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing a little intro because I have no idea when I'm uploading this. Probably tomorrow. I have like 3 interviews today. I might just upload them all tomorrow.
There you go.
Okay. I don't know. I already asked you your names. Oops. To Breathe Again from Indiana. Wow.
Yeah.
What is that background like? How did you guys meet? How did you guys start playing together?
So, we met on Plenty of Fish and started dating. And then about a year into it, or well, like the first time I actually visited his house, I just like, I have this guitar and you used to play guitar. So like, here, have a guitar. Because like I
Play
wasn't
guitar,
really using
please.
it. Right.
Yeah, and I hadn't played in 5 years up to that point.
That was a hint to serenade.
Something.
Kind of, maybe. I don't know. Like one of the talking points we had was like, oh yeah, I want to be a singer. You used to be a guitarist. Cool, you're gonna be my guitarist now. And then it happened, and I was like, all right, that worked. Got it.
How'd you meet the other two then?
I went to school with our drummer. I went to high school with our drummer. Except he was like, I think a full like 4 years behind me or something weird like that. But like we were Facebook friends, and I like a year after like into us dating, we finally like put everything together and had a band name, which was very different at the time. And so we put the Facebook page up, and Drew was just immediately in my DMs going, hey, I want to be your drummer. Hey, I want to be your drummer. And I was like, he doesn't even live here yet because he's from Ohio.
Yeah, I'm originally from Dayton, Ohio.
I like Ohio. I've been there a couple times.
I don't.
The part where I was like more remote than the city, so I was okay with it.
Okay.
Got it.
It's pretty when it's not
But-
near a city.
Right.
Yeah, but Drew was constantly hitting us up, and then he actually auditioned for us twice. Didn't go well either time.
Really.
Oh no.
Then it came time that we were actually going to have our wedding because we're married.
Aw.
And yeah, we were like, okay, we need, with how we want to do it, we need a drummer and a bass player because our wedding was our band's first show.
That
Yeah,
is
we just
so
kinda-
cool. Oh my gosh.
It was great. Like
So far, this
was-
is my favorite meeting story that I've heard. So.
Right? Yeah,
Um,
no, it's everybody's favorite wedding story because
It's
like
so
everybody that was
cute.
there, like they're like, oh, I was there.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
I was from the
and
beginning.
I have one down here? I do.
Oh,
For,
yeah.
for our wedding party, we made VIP passes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
is so
and
cool.
The invite was on the back,
Yeah.
but
And we didn't
Oh.
have them, so they just picked them up at the show.
yeah. But yeah, we called it Not Your Average Wedding, and we
That
did
is
it
so
up
cool.
proper.
Yeah. Like it was a lot of fun. And we're actually on Sunday we're playing back at that same venue for the first time since.
Yeah. So first
I was
time
about to
back there.
ask what time, and then I was like, I work on Sunday. Damn.
Yeah, we go on at 8:45 or well, no, we go on at 8 our time. So
Yeah.
But anyway, so we reached out to Drew and was like, hey, we know you really want to do this. Your last audition wasn't as bad as the first. It just wasn't where we need it to be. So would
Subpar.
you want to do this?
yeah.
And he absolutely was in. And his best friend is our bass player. And so we hired them in to play the wedding. And the rest is pretty much history. We had
Yeah.
one show that we played with a couple other guys who we were looking to bring in, but the vibe wasn't right with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because we had initially offered it to like we initially like had offered the wedding to them. But when Brian, the drummer, went to go put in his time off for that day, somebody had already beat him to it, and so he wasn't
Oh.
able to get that day off.
I hate when that
And
happens.
so we were like, oh no, we have to find
yeah.
a drummer yet again.
See, I'm the
And
type of
so-
person that I'm just like, "Hey, you can deny my time off request. I'm still not coming in.
Oh yeah,
Expect
we
a
have
sick
that,
call."
like, yeah, no, we have that report. Like, I think he works for a factory, so like if he does
Yeah.
anything like that, he's like canned immediately, and he has a family. Like,
It's terrible.
yeah, it's one of those like,
Ooh,
Not
man.
worth the risk.
no, not at all. Like, yeah, especially because like we had offered them the position, but they hadn't like fully like they weren't like, yeah, no, I want to be a member of To Breathe Again. They were just like, I want to play shows, like that would be
Yeah.
cool. I'm not sure if I want to commit yet.
Yeah.
And then
So we did one show with them and the vibe just wasn't there.
yeah,
And so the next time that we saw Drew and Lake, they were playing with their now broken up punk band at the time. And we were like, hey, we want to officially, offer you guys the permanent spot. And
Yeah.
they were all about it.
yeah, and especially because like the thing with them too was like when we got together for that first rehearsal for the wedding, like there was just an instant connection between all of us.
Yeah.
And so we were like, oh, hold on now. Like,
So ever since they're joining, like before they joined, we put out a record.
yeah,
And since they're joining, we've, done tons of singles at this point. We have an EP getting ready to come out.
we have our live
And-
album that came out today.
Yeah, the final
And
muse.
we've been going back and one at a time here and there, re-recording the songs from the original album that we did with these guys.
Yeah. And just upgrading, like updating all the production, like
Yeah.
just completely re-recording it.
And get
Like,
all
I
the
almost,
information.
Yeah, like I almost called it Taylor's version this time around.
I love that. I think that's actually smart considering how many when bands blow up and like all the fans go after like previous members, that's nuts.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
that's pretty
okay.
smart.
Yeah, and plus like the two songs that we initially the two songs that we re-recorded were songs that we were just actively playing. So
Yeah.
like and they sound way different now that there's an actual drummer and bassist playing along with us. And like the album itself it's fine. Like for two people who did it in their bedroom that are still learning how to produce music.
Yeah.
But like having that, it also has just a completely different energy. And that's what we really aimed to capture with some of these re-recordings.
I like the live version. I listened to a couple songs today and I was like, I just like live songs. So I was like,
Same,
heck yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, same. Like live music is why I wanted to be a musician of any sort.
Right?
And so the fact that like I'm like I can be in a really tiny band and put out live records just makes my heart super happy.
Right. And
Tiny
even
bands are the
like,
best.
yeah,
lot of
for
fun.
sure.
You remember everybody.
I remember
Yeah.
everybody.
Even for as small as we are, like we're at, I think 1,700 followers on Facebook. Half of them are probably other bands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
glad I'm like a podcast, but I keep getting like bands that follow me and then they think I'm a band and they like
I mean,
I
the
see the
Cake Lady
comments where they're
that would
like, "You're
be
if
awesome. I
band
love your
Cake Lady.
music." And I'm like, "I don't make music,
it's
but
not
thanks."
my music, but all right.
Right. Thanks for the
Maybe
energy,
you
I
should start a
guess.
band though, because the
Yeah.
Cake Lady would be an incredible like indie rock band name.
Yeah.
It would, but like, I mean, I've already decided on a band name if I ever like started a band.
There you
So
go.
I
Yeah, I
don't know.
decided on a band name, and then it was originally Breaking the Silence, which ended up being the title of our record. And
I was
then
like, that sounds familiar. That's why.
That's
because it is.
and it's because it's very familiar. Not only is it the title of our first record, the word "alive," I believe, used to be
World
Breaking the
Alive?
Silence.
So,
Yeah,
or was it?
I think
The
so.
letter black.
Letter Black, that's who I'm thinking of.
The letter
Uh,
black used to be.
The Letter Black used to be named Breaking the Silence. There's like 2 or 3 other Breaking the Silences that we ended up like our music going to their pages instead of our page.
Yeah.
So then we changed our name to In Effect, which didn't work out at all because there's like 5 or 6 active DJs who use that name.
With various spellings.
Yeah, I think I
So
met a DJ with that name.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. And then I put out a thing. I was like, hey, I need name recommendations because apparently we're stealing all of them. And my friend Chris, who plays in every band in Fort Wayne besides ours, he was like, I always thought it'd be cool if a band's initials were TBA because then you'd be on all the flyers.
To be
And I was like,
announced.
oh, that'd be, yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, let me think on that. And then 5 seconds later, I was like, to breathe again. I was like,
Woo!
oh,
Chills, literal chills.
hey, for real. Like I texted him, I was like, I got it. It's to breathe again.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys said that because my next question would be like, what other band names? Do you guys have like
Breaking.
any
Oh,
upcoming shows?
Yeah, so we have Sunday, the 23rd in Angola, Indiana, at the Eclectic Room with a band called Heartsick. And then we have August 12th in it's basically Fort Wayne, but it's a town called New Haven, which is like right next to us. It's at a place called Carl's Tavern, which is a cool little dive bar.
Yeah, because
And
like I go
then
to Indiana for shows pretty much a lot.
Mhm.
So I was just like, man, I haven't seen these guys in concert yet. Huh.
right. Yeah, we're
I
on
took
the
off the
other side of
12th for no
Indiana.
reason, so I might show
There
up.
you go. There you go.
no.
Yeah, and then we're also playing August 19th in Elkhart, Indiana. It's at a place called the DAJ. It's like DAJ Pyramid Show. It's a venue I haven't heard of. But we're playing with a band called Living Dead Girl, who are I'm friends with their singer and I love her.
Yeah, they're from
And,
Canada.
and they're not a Rob Zombie tribute band.
I was about to
They're an
say, like,
original metalcore band.
Yeah, they're an original band, not a Rob Zombie tribute band, and that is a total shame.
yeah,
Because you name yourself Living Dead Girl. Like,
yeah. Just cover one song and it has to be that song, okay?
Right. Right.
Ugh. I've met a lot of Indiana bands, so like, do you know any of them? Like Sequoia, Tetrasteed?
Haven't heard of
I
either
haven't heard of
those.
either of those.
Yeah. They're from Indiana. I met Tetrasteed once and they were amazing to see live.
We're friends with Normandy, who
I
are out
love
of Indianapolis.
Normandy. They're amazing.
Yeah. We
Yes.
played.
I
Yeah, we
met
played with
them
last year.
once and I've been trying to give them a cake forever and I just can never get the days off.
Yeah, we played with them last year. We've seen them a handful of times though.
Yeah,
It's,
I know I took off.
Montrose, Florida.
I don't know if it was their show or another show that I took off for next month because I'm gonna show up with like a big sheet cake for all the bands. So don't tell them.
we will. Might not.
But no, a lot of the bands that we're friends with are more local level.
Yeah.
But some of the bigger local bands that we know are, like Normandy, Montreux, Florida, who are from Muncie. Controller is local to here. Voice of Silas, Seventh Crown.
Heard of Seventh Crown.
Oh yeah, Seventh Crown.
They're good friends of ours.
Woo!
Those are our homies.
We actually went up to their practice space for a 4th of July party. A lot of fun.
I like when bands are friends with other local bands because then like setting up shows are easier too. Because it's just
It
like
is.
hit up
It
your
is and it's
friends.
not, 'cause, like
You can get the shows together, it's just it won't be very well attended because
Yeah.
all your friends are in the bands who are playing the show,
yeah.
and then any fan base you have out of that, it's all shared anyway, so it's gonna be the same
Yeah.
12 people.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, plus like a bunch of families to show up.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Sometimes.
My family's all in
Or they'll show
Ohio,
up for the
they
one
never
band
make
and then they
it,
all leave. Those are the
so-
worst
you gotta
types.
take that call.
Hang on.
He has a work call he has to take real quick.
Let me pause. I just work here.
Right.
Okay, there it goes.
There
There
we
it
go.
goes. Okay, so you guys have an upcoming release. Could you tell me what was like the biggest inspiration behind it, or what was the process
So-
going into it?
So our next release is another one of those re-recordings. It's for our song called "Give," which is, I think, collectively all of our favorite songs to play, or all of our favorite song to play.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Like we've played it every single show. And it goes once again. It's we have the song on our record and it's okay, but like it's missing what it has become by us playing it live. Plus, we've all just gotten better as as me as a vocalist, him as a guitar player, producer, all
Yeah,
of the
because I do all the
things.
production and mixing for our records. So like if you listen to, back the first demo that we put out as Breaking the Silence, which you can still find on Apple Music
You can, because for whatever reason they didn't take it down.
when we asked them to.
Yeah.
I don't have an
Uh,
iPhone, so
I'm not sure if it's still on Spotify. I haven't
It's not
looked.
on Spotify, but I think it's like on
Yeah.
Apple Music /
wait, are you
iTunes.
talking about the song or the name?
We
the-
released it as the band name, Breaking the Silence.
Yeah.
And
Because like
it
the
was
song is right there, I can see it.
right.
Yeah. Well, the song was the song "Breaking the Silence" didn't come out until "To Breathe Again," but when we called ourselves "Breaking the Silence," we put out an EP, which includes "You're Singing Alone," "Another
Enemy.
Life," "Enemy," and "Fall,"
Yeah.
which are in our
Like looking
discography.
now.
Yeah.
But if you listen to those, or even the first record, Breaking the Silence, the whole album that we did,
Yeah.
and then listen to the new stuff that we're putting out, you can see how we've evolved both musically as a band, and then on a personal side, how I've gotten better at doing what I do
Yeah.
to make us.
Well, I mean,
sound
like
better.
I listen to your music, and like, I mean, half the time you wouldn't even be able to tell it was like one person doing it. It's like I would say it's pretty good quality. I listen to a lot of bands, and I mean, sometimes the recordings come out like so muffled when on
Yeah.
Spotify, and it's like I can't tell what's happening here.
Yeah, we put a lot of like we take our time with it and try to because like our inspirations and the people that we want to be friends with are all these massive national bands.
Yeah. Well, like plus like the live versions, they don't even sound like they're live, but like the energy's there. I like that.
Well, thank
I'll
you for
take
that.
I don't know if you can
that.
hear it, but it's playing right now. So
No,
Yeah, okay.
Zoom's pretty good about muting things.
I was like, I gotta get the streams up.
Appreciate it.
We do
Please
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Please
Even
do.
if like this,
We
even if my
actually
phone's just
have
on
a,
mute, I'll just stick it in the corner.
There you go. Right.
We have a playlist that we put together once a month. We call it "To Breathe and Friends," and it's available to the public and things. And this month, the playlist is just the live record plus the singles that we have out.
Yeah. Well, because
Love that.
I forgot to actually do it for this month. And then B, I was just like, let's just like, I mean, the whole thing came out. We've been like, because so like the show was recorded, last year in August. And so like we've been sitting on this for a really long time, and then finally got it to the point where we were like, all right, it's actually time to put this out.
Yeah.
And and then we had the show on Sunday, so we were like, oh, perfect, we can drop it, and then like hey, come see us, play these
I think
songs.
there's a
kind of
ghost
thing.
in my house. I just keep hearing like
Like
little things, and I know my roommate left, so
it.
I'm a little bit like, hey,
Right.
oh, look at the kitty.
Mhm.
Uh,
She's camera shy, but also not.
I'm blind. I also wrote this in cursive, so that does not help. So I'm like trying to look at it. Uh, I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't pick a song, but would you want to give me a history on any song that you guys like? Give, why not give history behind like what is the muse of that song?
um so Give, going back to making the record, Give was the last song that we wrote for the record. And that was also like the first song that kind of like sparked our like direction as we started moving forward with like some of the later songs that we put out. But I came home one day and he was just kind of noodling on that riff, and I was like, that's that's the direction that I want to
Yeah.
go. Like, this is great.
The best
Um,
songs always start with a guitar riff.
right. But yeah, so like we put the whole demo and everything together, and I was like, cool, now I have to write lyrics for it. And that one, I want to say that one and Another Life on the record were probably the ones that took me the longest to write. Um, and then like I finally had like my breakthrough moment for it, and then I came up with this line, which is skip the seams, go straight for the heart. And I was
Oh,
like, that's a great line. And then it became like it just kind of built itself around it. But
And
that
we've
is a
had these
badass line.
t-shirts since the beginning.
thank you. Thank you.
And like,
I'm poor, else I would have bought a shirt, but I'm poor.
yeah, you're
It's
fine.
fine. Same.
Like, part of the reason for us redoing Give, from a business aspect, is to push the merch that we've had for 2 years,
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
haven't
Get
been
it
able
out
to
there.
update anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like buying the merch early on because then it's not available later on. And so when you
Right.
get new fans, they're like, where'd you get that? Ha!
I was there at the beginning.
Bamboozled
Yeah.
again.
I was at the wedding. Yeah, the song itself is just about kind of, saying, hey, I'm not gonna take your garbage anymore. Like, we're just
Get
gonna
out of here.
like, yeah, like what this is the last time we'll talk. So whatever you need to do, like do it and go, kind of thing.
Mean Girls moment.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But
Why did you call the live album The Final Muse?
so the venue is called the Muse on Main, and it was
Oh,
our final show at the Muse on Main because they shut down. And because they had announced, I think like March of last year that they were shutting down.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay, well, we gotta play there again because we like the Muse was
send
like,
it off the right way.
yeah. But yeah, like the Muse itself, like it was kind of like it was like the chance for local bands to play shows and kind of get their feet wet as far as like playing shows, booking shows, like and really just kind of figuring out how to play music on stage, and that's how it kind of worked for us too.
Yeah. They ended up having one more show after ours. So ours
Yeah.
wasn't the actual
Yeah, it
final
wasn't
Muse.
yeah,
It was just our final time there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
But it was the next to last show that was
Yeah.
ever there.
and the
I mean,
cool thing
that's
about
very
the-
sweet to do that though. Especially like
Yeah.
naming them. That's sweet.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Love
no,
that.
and plus like they loved having us. Like we played we played there with the other lineup, and then Dylan, the sound guy, hit me up and was for a show that they were having that we couldn't do, and he was like, okay, well, how do I get you guys back? And we ended up going back that December, so December of 21. and that ended up being what has like become our actual. Yes,
Cat's got opinions. I love it.
I'm sorry. But it ended up becoming our yearly tradition, which is called To Christmas Again. You can start to see
Oh,
that
yeah.
I name everything after my bands because I'm just freaking proud of my band name.
Right?
Okay, I came up with a good one. Um, but yeah, we have a yearly Christmas show. So like the Muse was like we have a really good history with the Muse. And then they liked having us too. So like it was a good night all around. The other cool thing is they live streamed every show that they had. Um, and Dylan also recorded all of the audio every night because they would put up like a song from each of the bands after each show. And he also like sold the stems for it so that we could have them and put them out and do whatever we want with
Which
them.
is how I was able to mix the live record that we put out.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it was
Petition to open the Muse.
right. But one of them actually works at Pierre's, which is like the club,
yeah.
like the nightclub mecca here in
I've
Fort
heard of
Wayne.
Pierre's.
Everybody's heard of Pierre's. And so the other owner actually does shows at Pierre's now. So
Ooh.
they've kind of gone off and done things, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
At least you're still doing what they love.
Yeah.
That's the best.
But yeah, the Final Muse is just like our ode to the shit, like the fun times that we had at the Muse.
No, I'm home alone, so these noises are freaking me out. Okay, I have 2 questions left. I ask everyone these because it's the best question. No, I'm kidding. If you could open or headline a show with any living band, who would you want in that lineup?
Oh, I could give you every answer under the sun for that.
Let's start with like 4
So-
bands. How about that?
Got it. Okay.
Proper
like,
lineup.
Proper lineup. Okay. So with where we are now, like a realistic lineup, that's still kind of reaching. Shinedown would close, just because like they're kind of like our pinnacle as like
Oh, yeah.
what's inspired the band. So Shinedown would close for sure. Let's see. I know the last 2 bands because the first like we would open because like we wouldn't try to like upstage people intentionally.
I would.
We end up doing it every so often and it really does feed my ego. I'm not sure if you can tell. But no, we would open, Shinedown would close. There's a band that we like love and adore that deserves every bit of like they deserve to also be in the vein of Shinedown, and I think even more now because we have bands like Wage War, Architects, bands in that genre. But there's a band called Ghost Life that we have just been like Mike Kenway is like I worship at the altar of Mike Kenway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
They're on my workout
but,
playlist.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a band called Ghost Life that would absolutely be next. And then who would be the direct support?
It would
Or
have
the
to be
co-headliner.
Artifice.
Who?
For me, it would have to be Artifice.
It's a band called Artifice,
Okay.
from Jackson, Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like besties of ours.
Ooh.
Like they love us, I think, as much as we love
We
them.
played one show with them, which is how we found out about them, and
Yeah.
we've been best friends with them ever since.
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome, actually.
yeah, because we played that show with them, and then like January the following year, they played Pierre's with Nonpoint, and we happened to be up front, and like when Scotty the singer came out and like recognized us, like his entire being just lit up. I was like, oh God, he remembers us. And
I
then we,
love
like,
when that
met them
happens at
the market,
shows.
and it was like, oh my God, I missed you so much. I was like, oh my God, you guys remember us. Because like the show we played with them was like kind of a bomb set. Like we just weren't firing on all the cylinders that night. And it was also an empty room. So it was like it was a rough night, but like they remember us. They've been dying to play with us ever since, and we actually just saw them last night.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If I had to put a 4-band bill together, I wouldn't be as lofty as saying Shinedown.
Oh, I can get loftier.
He wants to open for Taylor Swift.
I want to direct support for Taylor Swift. Like because we
I saw
saw her
those.
in Detroit, and
I saw
one of
those photos
yeah,
that you went
and
to.
the second artist on was a girl called Girl in Red, and she was like this heavy like indie. So you know her.
I do know her. I was like, oh my God, I love her.
Oh, yes. So like she came out and was like just like pretty heavy for for a Taylor Swift concert. And I was like, that's it. We have to play stadiums with Taylor Swift now. Like this needs
That
to
is the
happen.
dream.
I need this in my life.
But so my realistic lineup would be us, Normandy, Ghost Life, and Artifice.
That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And then the second leg would be us, A Light Divided, Artifice, and Ghost Life.
Yeah.
And Taylor
yeah.
Swift.
Gotta get
And
everybody
very-
a light divided.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Last question. So my thing is, I deliver cakes to bands at shows, especially when I can get there.
Right.
Free cakes, first of all. And so if I were to do a cake delivery for you guys at some point, I won't give a date. What flavor would you guys want?
I like cake flavor.
Same. Yeah, like we like cake. We are also kind of spoiled because my aunt makes boozy cakes, and so she made
Ooh.
some for our wedding, and Drew has been like
I now know what I
Craving.
must aspire to.
so yeah, so if you can pull that off.
Just use so much alcohol it doesn't cook out. Because that's what she does.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
it's-
gosh.
they're wonderful.
Make a fireball cake.
No, yeah,
we
like
have some in the fridge still.
oh yeah, we need to either eat that or throw that away.
Not from the wedding.
I love I
Fine,
love
we
that.
finish each other's sandwiches. It's
But no, I went up for my cousin's graduation, so naturally she made boozy cakes for her
I love that.
for her 18-year-old son. For the guests
The
simply,
best.
of her 18-year-old son. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if we have like a central cake flavor.
we don't
Like,
like. I
we
like
could-
marble
I-
cake,
I mean,
like
when people
yellow
can't
cakes, I
agree,
like
I just make funfetti. So
Funfetti.
We'll take funfetti. Like,
confetti
great.
is the best.
someone says, "Here, this cake is for you." I'm gonna be like, "Thank you."
Like, have you seen us? We are chunky dudes.
Yes,
we
like-
like cake.
This is why we wear black.
I make the cake.
Like, if you watch the Final Muse on our YouTube channel, and you will
Yes.
see that I am a large man bouncing around like I weigh nothing, and I weigh everything.
The metal Taylor Swift.
I am the metal Taylor Swift, as Scotty from Artifice like tells people. Like,
I love that.
blows my mind. It's a compliment and also a fact. It's like I rip all of my moves from her.
Amazing. All right. That was all my questions. So thank you guys for joining today. I'm running
Thanks
out
for
of
having
time
us.
apparently.
I see that, yeah.
I got like 5 minutes left. Oh my gosh. Okay, well thank you guys for coming on today.
For sure.
I will try to get out of work on Sunday.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Guys, again, for tuning into the Cake Baby podcast. That was To Breathe Again. And I mentioned the song in the episode. This is Give by To Breathe Again. Please go listen to their album, The Final Muse. It's such a sweet tribute, and I love that. I love that they did that. Tune in next week for another episode, and tune in Tuesdays for Band of the Week, Wednesdays for playlists. Thank you.
Do more. I need everyone in the house at the front of the stage. Same. down. Build me up just to drown me out. You tear apart. Skip the seams, go straight for the heart. Your hatred is a detriment. Your words unbought but only sent. Your snide remarks pierce my skin like a knife you twisted further. But nothing that you say will change my mind, that's not right. Nothing that I say to you will get through to your mind. Begging and I'm pleading for somebody to help. You just go ahead and take what you want from me, because there's nothing left to give. Claim your crown, you well-known thief. Prove to yourself that you got. You picked a fight to prove your worth. You faked your might as you stood on the backs that were never meant to pay your burden now. Time is the fuel is lit. The match I used to snap your grip was all a game in creation. It's all over now. There's nothing that can say will change my mind now. There's nothing that I say that you can fire the gas like. You're the greatest you, and tonight is the last time that you just go ahead and take what you want from me, because there's nothing left to give. Claim your crown, you well-known thief. Prove to yourself that you got. Rule the world and consume until you begin to descend. And that is when you finally see that this is where it ends. This guy knows what's up. This is where it ends.
But the one thing you're never gonna take is who we are. We love you guys. Thank you for coming out. Let's keep this shit moving.
Take what you want from me, because there's nothing left to give. Claim your crown, you well-known thief. Prove to yourself that you got. Rule the world and consume until you begin to descend. And that is when you'll finally see that this is where